Hello, everybody. Welcome back to a Sports and Seltzer episode. It's been a little while, but we're here for the 2024 NFL playoff. Got myself, hashtag fins up, and right here we got.
How about them Cowboys?
How about them Cowboys, Tyler? So today we are back to talk about the NFL Super Wildcard Weekend. We're going to make our picks to start off. So let's get to it. Tyler, the first game, the Pittsburgh Steelers go to the Buffalo Bills. Right now, Buffalo is favored by 10 points. So who do you see taking this game?
I think this is probably the easiest one to call. I would for sure say the Bills, especially with the way they've been playing the last half of the season, or not even the last half, the last like 5-7 games. Destroyed Dallas, and then they just came off of a really big win against your Dolphins. So I'm saying Bills, and I honestly think that they'll easily cover.
All right. Any score prediction?
Score prediction. Let's see. I'm gonna say 35 to 9.
Oh,
3 field goals.
3 field goals for the Pittsburgh
Yep.
Steelers.
I'm gonna say that this game's gonna be a blowout.
All right. Well, I am on board with you, Tyler. Honestly, Buffalo's been playing lights out these last 6 weeks. They were 6-6, finished 11-6. They beat, like you said, they beat my Dolphins. They were just running through every team lately, and Josh Allen hasn't. He's been playing good, but I feel like James Cook. They did find a running game, and it allowed Josh Allen to kind of take over. So I definitely have Buffalo taking this game also. I got them winning easily too. I got them covering the spread. I would probably say 31-14. Also, I think it's easy pick for us because Mason Rudolph right now is a starter for Pittsburgh, and I think Pittsburgh in a way is just happy they made the playoffs.
Yeah, I mean, yeah, they've had a tough stretch, that's for sure. But I mean, Mike Tomlin, credit to him, he's just always keeps them in it.
That's true. He always finds a way, right? No matter what.
Yeah.
So, all right. So let's move on to the next game. We got my Miami Dolphins going to Kansas City. Kansas City's actually favored by 5 points right now, and NFL decided to only put this game on Peacock, which is so amazing. I don't even have Peacock, so now I'm going to have to stream it. So, Tyler, who do you have in this game, and what's your score prediction?
I am saying the Chiefs only because of how cold of a game it's going to be. I think with that, so the Dolphins are used to playing in warm weather. Now I think they said it was going to be like -30 with the wind chill or something absolutely crazy like that. For that reason, I would say the Chiefs. The thing is it's not like you can take the Dolphins out the game if they can't pass it because they have 100 mile per hour guys all over. So you can say either way it could help the Dolphins just because they could run all over the Chiefs. But if it turns into a defensive game, I would take the Chiefs on this. I would say, what are they favored by 5?
5 points.
5. I honestly think that this is going to be a really close game. I'm going to say the Chiefs are going to win. I'll say 21-17.
All right. You let me down, Tyler. You let me down.
Sorry, man.
Honestly, so that Bills Dolphin game to me was so important. That's why I'm so upset we blew that lead and let Buffalo take over after that kick return. That was just such a big game for the seeding. I wanted us to have home field advantage so we wouldn't have to go to places like Kansas City where, like you said, it's really cold. I think they said 0 degrees without the wind, right? Something like that.
Yeah.
Chiefs don't scare me. Patrick Mahomes scares me. The Chiefs, to me, right now, I feel like all year they haven't been who they can be because of their weapons, their lack of weapons. I mean, Rashee Rice is a great wide receiver, but he's really their only one I feel like I'm afraid of. But Patrick Mahomes, of course, in the playoffs is scary. I'm picking my Miami Dolphins without a doubt, though. I really do think we'll win it as long as we run the ball. And with Raheem Mostert and Devon Achan, um, that right there, if we give them the ball enough times and don't let Patrick Mahomes get on the field enough, I think we can win. I think if we let Tua try to just completely win the game, that does scare me. I have faith in
I would say
Tua,
that would be
but
that would be the main thing is if they try and make Tua win the game, that would be the hardest route
yes,
for them because you don't even have to have Tua throw. You don't have to have him throw deep or anything. You can throw screens to Tyreek or Waddle all day.
hmm
You can throw screens to Mostert and Achan. It's
hmm
speed all across. I think the defense can only stay. Um, I think the defense can only. They're going to be a bend but don't break.
yeah,
But eventually, I think they're gonna get a big run or a big gain or something that's gonna kind of flip the momentum.
yeah.
I just think Miami is used to playing in warm
Yeah,
weather. That's
I
their
agree
biggest
with
thing,
that. And that's why I think hopefully
biggest
running the
advantage for them.
ball will kind of deflect the cold a little bit and just let them take over. I mean, I got to say, I never expected Raheem Mostert to have the year he's had. He's been insane.
Yeah, all right. Yeah.
And that's just been amazing. The one other part that does scare me is we've lost so many defensive weapons that
That's
I'm
why
worried
it's
about our
yeah,
pass rush. I'm worried about not
yeah.
having Bradley Chubb, and I'm worried about not having Jalen Phillips. Those two are key losses. And Van Ginkel got hurt. I don't know if he's playing this Saturday or not. I haven't looked into that yet, if he's going to be out or if he's available to play. Um, hopefully, he's going to play. Um, and Xavier Howard is actually ruled out. So, one of our cornerbacks. Now, I guess the thing about that is Kansas City's wide receivers to me aren't that scary. So, I think Jalen Ramsey could take Rashee Rice, and then you have the rest of our defense follow. I still think Miami. I really do. So I have them winning. I'm gonna actually think the score is 24-21. I think we win by a field goal, and I think it's gonna be a late game field goal. The game will be tied, and we will actually go down the field and kick a game winner. I
What do
might be
you?
a little biased.
What's the before you commit to that? What's gonna be the win over there?
Oof, probably way too much. I don't know.
So it's not as bad as I thought. It's 17-mile-an-hour wind predicted.
Yep, and game time weather is 1 degrees. 1 degrees
Yeah,
right now.
so
So that's the
I
scary
thought it was
part,
going to be
but
a
I
little bit
think
more wind,
running the
but
ball. I think running the ball. Yeah, if there was wind
running the
like
ball
even
has to
higher
be
than
key.
that, I'd
Yeah.
be scary because I will say Tua kind of floats the ball, and you cannot do that when there's
Yeah.
wind. That's not going to go well. I also do think we're going to run a lot of plays for Tyreek Hill. Um, him being in Kansas City, he's always talked about how he wants to be playing them, right?
The guy.
He wants to
He
be the
wants to be
guy.
the
Now that
guy.
can be
Yeah.
bad though if we try to go to him too much. But I think we keep it simple. I honestly think we do wide receiver screens for Tyreek Hill. We can do end arounds to give him the ball. Then you run the ball. I think we make the game plan more simple than it needs to be. And I think we'll win. All right. Let's go to our next game. And if you want, Tyler, I could start out with this one since you've been picking first. We got the
Yeah, go ahead.
Cleveland Browns and the Houston Texans. This is a very interesting game. It's in Houston, and Cleveland's favored by 2 points right now. So for this game, I've been kind of forth. CJ Stroud's had an amazing year as a rookie. Joe Flacco, who would have thought he would come off of his couch and go to Cleveland and lead them to the playoffs. In this game, I'm picking Cleveland. I want Houston, but I think overall, I think Cleveland's going to win it. And I think it's because of their defense. I think Myles Garrett and that defense is really strong, and I think they're going to create some havoc for CJ Stroud. And I love CJ Stroud. Throughout this year, I think it's hard not to like CJ Stroud. I'm sure you like him too. Just what he's been able to do with that franchise has been amazing. And I think they already exceeded expectations, but I don't think Cleveland's going to win because of Joe Flacco. he's turned the ball over a lot, even though they've won games. But I think Cleveland's defense is going to shut down CJ Stroud, and it's going to be really difficult for them to score because that's a quick defense, and you got Myles Garrett coming at you. It's going to be a lot for CJ Stroud. So I got Cleveland taking it, and I'm going to go in a low-scoring game. I'm going to say the score is going to be 17-14 Cleveland.
17-14 Cleveland. So for me, this is basically the tough one. The toughest one to call in the AFC. To me, I think 100%. I would rather the Texans win. I think Cleveland is their defense is just going to be insane. But I am actually going to say the Texans. I think Flacco has a great chance, of course, to run it with this team and make a deep playoff run. The only thing is he did just come off the couch. How much left does he have in the tank, or is he even conditioned? You see all the memes about how he was tired on Sunday Night Football.
Yawning.
Just coming off of the couch and Sunday Night Football after he's who I think it was the Jets or something. I forget who he was playing, but after he was beating them, he looked like he was about ready for a nap. So I'm gonna say Houston on this one.
Okay.
I'm gonna say I don't know if you saw it, but Pat McAfee had CJ Stroud on, and he kind of gave him motivation when he said that Stephen A. Smith said that he had no chance, or the Texans had no chance. I mean, and then all he responded was, or because he doesn't pay attention to anything that the analysts say and stuff. So all he responded with, they said that we have no chance. Okay, and then he just said all right. So I think he kind of lit a fire under him. It's a super young team, and it's already a crazy story that they even made it this far, even with DeMeco Ryans, with the rookie head coach, and a rookie quarterback. So I'm going to say Texans. They've already blown expectations out, and I think they're just going to keep making it further.
What's your score prediction for it?
Score prediction, I'm going to say that it's going to be, I'll say 28 to 14. I think Flacco's too tired.
Ooh, that's a big 14 points. I like that.
Yeah.
All right. And
Flacco's
DeMeco Ryans, we do have to give credit to him, right? Like you said, because
as coach of the year,
first-year head coach, man. Yeah, he has to be coach of the year because no one expected Houston to be where they're at. And Panthers are pulling their hair out right now, letting CJ Stroud get away because he's already a leader. I mean, it's just insane how much he's done for that franchise.
Yeah.
All right, let's go to the NFC side. Tyler, I'm going to give you the choice if you want to answer first or if you want me to. We're going to go straight to the Green Bay Packers at the Dallas Cowboys. Dallas right now is favored by 7 points at home. 1:30 game, so pretty prime time for Sunday.
I'm going to let you go first.
You're going to let me go first? All right. Jordan Love has been playing out of his mind. At the beginning of the year, I had him on fantasy football, and I dropped him because he was just terrible. And I think he's went 18 touchdowns, 0 interceptions lately. He's just been insane, and he got them to the playoffs, and I think that's a really awesome story too. I think his story ends badly. I don't think it's going to go well. Green Bay, the one thing that Green Bay is going to rely on a lot is their running game because we have seen Dallas's run defense. It's not the best. And so I do think they're going to try to get Aaron Jones going, who has tortured the Cowboys in the past, and A.J. Dillon. I think they're going to try to use both of them, but I don't think they can keep up with Dallas's offense. That defense of Green Bay, I think, is going to get destroyed. I think CeeDee Lamb's going to have over 150 yards. I think Brandon Cooks is going to have a touchdown. CeeDee will probably have 1 touchdown too. I would love to see – I think if Dallas really gets Tony Pollard going, I think that's going to be important too at some point in the playoffs. I don't think it's really needed this game, but I think it would be a good game to get him going because I think he will be needed later on. I just think Dallas's offense is way too strong, and your guys' defense is solid too. You got great players on defense. I think they're going to take chances on defense. Your cornerbacks love to take chances, right? So
Hey,
is
not so
Gilmore
much.
playing, by the way?
Gilmore is playing. Well, it's still not for sure, but he said he's playing.
Okay. Yeah, your defense loves to take chances. I think Dan Quinn's going to blitz a lot. I think they're going to try to put Jordan Love under pressure. So I think Dallas is going to win, and I'm going to say the score is 38-13. Dallas.
Holy, okay.
I'm thinking a blowout. I'm not even
I
thinking
take
it's
it back. I think
close.
the Dolphins are winning.
Oh yeah, thanks, bro.
Uh, all right. So, oh man. Okay, for me, being a Dallas fan my whole life, I think if there's any team, I know the Lions have a tough, a tough matchup, but I think if there's any big upset to happen in the playoffs, it's going to be Dallas losing in an early round exit. I mean, everyone can see it. Basically, Dallas, this is easily one of the easier games they should ever play in the playoffs in recent memory. However, they have ways of blowing it, obviously. Um, I think Aaron Jones has notoriously, his whole career, been a Cowboy killer. The Packers have just been a Cowboys killer also. Actually, 9 years ago today, Des Bryant caught the ball.
Oh man.
And so I think that the Cowboys, they're either showing up and they're just going to blow them out or they're going to lose, is my prediction. Now, also with getting the 2 seed, obviously that changes the whole thing because Dallas is incredibly better at home.
Yes.
Even
Yeah.
the defense plays. The offense gets all the love for that, but the defense plays insanely better at home. Their stats are just much, much better. So I'm gonna say that the Cowboys are gonna win. I am gonna go with the blowout, but I think that they easily have the upset watch. Jordan Love has been playing insane, the last half of the season, which I think will play a big part for the Cowboys. I think Aaron Jones is going to. For the Packers to have success, the running game has to get going early. Um, However, and if it does, I think that's when Jordan Love is going to end up popping off, basically. I do think the Dallas offense, though, however, going against that defense, realistically should have just an absolute field day. I think CD is going to just have another one of his games. I'm going to say the score is going to be. I'll say the score is. I'll say 31-6.
6?
Yeah, I'm going to say Love isn't even going to get a touchdown. I'm going to say they get
Oh
2
man. Oh man. All right. I mean, we both got Dallas winning by a blowout.
Yep.
You guys getting that 2 seed was huge, by the way. That changed your guys' whole year around. I feel like
It changed
I think that
everything.
made
It's,
everything.
it's it's literally what gave Dallas a chance, honestly.
Yeah.
And without the 2 seed, I think it was the early round exit for sure. But now there's a chance, and I'll be the first to admit that there's still 100% a chance of an early round exit being a Cowboy fan. But yeah, this should realistically be a cakewalk, but that's tough to say.
All right. Well, we're both going to go the Dallas Cowboys. All right. Let's move on to the next game because this is an interesting one. We got the Rams going to Detroit. Matthew Stafford going back to where he played for so long. Detroit is favored by 3 points, which in Vegas odds, isn't that just because they're home? I think they get 3 points for being at home, technically. So they're
I'm not
kind of
sure
calling
actually.
it even, pretty much. That's going to be Sunday Night Football. I'm really looking forward to this game. Tyler, I want you. How about you go ahead and pick this game first? I already have who I think in mind.
So this game is gonna. I really look forward to this game. Obviously, besides the Cowboys game, I look forward to this game the most. But I'm gonna say that the Rams are gonna take this one. The way that their offense has just been just lighting it up, it's gonna be a great game to watch. But I think when Williams started popping off, it really just opened up their entire offense. If Cup
Mhm.
stays healthy, um, it's just I don't see how the Lions defense can match up with that offense.
Mhm.
Um, but the other thing is, I really like the Lions. I mean, and
Same,
even
yeah.
going with the drama with that happened against the Cowboys, that was their own fault. But anyways, I'm gonna say Rams, and they're favored by 3. Or
Three
yeah, that's right.
points.
You said.
Detroit is, yeah.
I'm gonna say uh, 28-21 that the
28 to
Rams will win.
21. Rams. All right. So a lot of touchdowns being scored, huh?
I think that's gonna be
More
a
than
good,
field goals.
yeah,
Yeah.
yeah.
Um, I'm with you. I am picking the Rams to win this game. Um, the Rams got hot at the right time. They found their rhythm. Like you said, Kyron Williams is just a beast. Then you
Yeah.
have Puka and Cooper Cup on the outside. I think there's two factors, though, to me that are standing out the most. I think Sean McVay will outcoach Dan Campbell. I think Sean McVay is brilliant. I think he's going to drop some plays. I don't think Campbell's going to be that ready. And then also the Lions losing Sam Laporta. That is just devastating because he has been a
I think
sleeper. Is he
I think
playing now?
well, I don't know if he's playing, but I think he said
Questionable.
something that yeah, it's looking up.
Ooh, if he plays, I don't even think he's 100% healthy. I think he's just going to try to
No,
go out there. Um, if he plays, that's good. They're going to need him. And
100%. Yeah.
they're going to definitely need to somehow establish a running game with Jameer Gibbs and David Montgomery because I don't think you could just pass the ball in the playoffs necessarily like they have been. And if Laporta is out, I think they're going to double Amon-Ra St. Brown and they're going to try to shut him down. And they're going to try to not have that passing game go off because I think Sean McVay will probably rather take his chances with Gibbs and Montgomery and just try to shut them down. I just, like you said, it's hard not to love the Lions too. It's kind of unfortunate that they get matched up with Matthew Stafford when they finally
Yeah,
reach the
it's a pretty
playoffs.
unfortunate uh,
Great story for
matchup for
us.
them, that's for sure.
But yeah, it's not where you wanted to be at. I think they got the worst matchup they could have gotten in that whole NFC besides Dallas, right? And
I
besides
was
the one and
hoping
two seed.
that yeah, I was really hoping that the Rams were not going to get the 6th seed,
Yeah,
right? The
no
6th
one
seed,
wants.
yeah, because I did not want to play the Rams, even though
They to
Dallas
me are the
did
most
blow out the
dangerous.
Rams,
Yeah,
but they were just a different team at the time, I think.
yeah, that was before they got hot, and I just feel like right now no one wants to play them, and I think Lions
Yeah.
got the unfortunate draw, so I don't see them winning this game. I'm gonna go Rams. I'm gonna say it's a close game though. I'm gonna say I think it will be high scoring. I'm gonna say 28 to 24 Rams. So pretty close to yours. I guess I'm gonna have Lions get one more field goal. All
Mhm.
right, let's go to the last game, the Monday night football game. The Philadelphia Eagles going to the Tampa Bay Buccaneers. Philly is favored by 3 points. Philly has been on a landslide, 10-1, now 11-6, giving up the 2 seed to your Dallas Cowboys. When honestly, it looked like you guys had no chance. Looked like the Eagles
Yeah,
were just going to lock it
numerous
up.
times. Numerous
And
times.
they get the matchup with the Tampa Bay Buccaneers and Baker Mayfield, which I never thought they would be over 500, honestly. Baker's played really well. So with this game, I am going Philadelphia. I think the Eagles are going to pull off this win. I know that seems weird right now with of a landslide they're on, but I just think they're not going to let themselves lose this game to Tampa. Do I think they're going to get blown out next after this? Probably, um, but I just don't see them losing this game. I know I think we've all said that probably the last 5 weeks. I don't see them losing this game, and then they lose.
Yeah.
But I just don't think watching the Tampa Bay Bucks these last 3 games, they're just hard to watch. They I think didn't they win like 9? Didn't they barely beat Carolina like 9-0? So they got three
Yeah.
field goals. I don't think, and the Eagles' defense is horrible. So it
Mhm.
will be a pretty high scoring game. I just think Jalen Hurts will play better. Um, I think AJ Brown. I just think they'll find a way. I don't think they'll let themselves lose this game. So I'm going to go with the score 24-21 Philadelphia, barely covering the spread.
So for me, I'm gonna say, well, okay. So the Eagles, with the way that they've been playing, I think the easy answer for sure, the Eagles are a way better team, you know. But with what happened recently, who knows, you know? I would say the with the Bucks playing bad, and then with the Eagles playing bad, but being on a much better or having a much better team.
Mm-hmm.
Um, it definitely seems like the Eagles are going to pull this one out. However, I'm going the Bucks. I think the Eagles' defense is horrible, and I think Baker's going to wake up feeling dangerous on Monday, and he is going to find he's going to find a way. Uh, I'm going to say that the score, it's going to be a close game, but I'm going to say 21-24. Um, Tampa wins just with the field goal. I just feel like with the way that that defense has been playing, and then also is Darius Slay playing? I don't remember.
I
I don't
think
know.
he's. Let me check.
Either way,
Um,
I mean, if he's playing or not, I'm still going.
he's not
But
on the injury report right now, so
oh, he's not. Okay, so
no.
then um, I'm gonna say that the Bucks, but also Jalen Hurts after he got hurt in Week 18 against the
Mm,
Giants, he still hasn't thrown since. So even if he's, you know, even if he's slinging it, it's still not going to be the same with a finger injury. So
yeah.
I think with him already in a slump, plus that, I just don't think he's going to be able to pull it out. The best chance they have, in my opinion, is if their running game gets going to the point where they can get on like the 1 yard line, you know, get those guaranteed plays. That's their only chance, in my opinion. I am all here for it. I hope that this landslide keeps on
Yeah.
landsliding. That would be amazing. That'd be great to see. Um, and you know, I just it would be great to watch the Eagles fall apart, honestly. But Bucks 24-21.
All right. We actually had the same score too, just flipped results.
Oh,
So
did
it'll be
we?
interesting to see this
Oh,
one. Yep. Yep. So maybe they'll tush push all the way down the field. They could probably do it every single
yeah, they
play
could
and get
probably do
three
it
or
four
4
downs in
yards
a row.
and just
And by
keep
the way,
going.
I think going back to the Rams and Lions game, I actually think that one of Dan Campbell's gambles is going to be the reason why they lose. So when he
Mm,
goes for it on
yeah.
fourth or or whatever, I
Yeah.
think that'll be the reason why they lose. Whether it's a fake punt that the Rams catch, whatever it is, I think that'll be the reason why they lose. Which I'm all for it. I actually enjoy watching them go for it. I just think it's going to bite them this time
All right.
and
Well,
against Cowboys game.
there are and against Cowboys. There are our predictions for Super Wild Card Weekend. Now, something we also want to do is our Super Bowl prediction. So, Tyler, if you want to start with this, who do you think will be in the Super Bowl, and who do you think is winning it all?
So I hope that the Cowboys find a way, but biased aside, I think the easy answer, which is what I'm going to go with, is going to be the Ravens and the Niners. Just absolute powerhouse teams. And the Niners have pretty much owned Dallas the last 3 years. I hope it doesn't continue, but I just don't see. I think the mental game is Dallas just kind of shows up defeated. Is what it seems like. So I think I'm gonna say Ravens and Niners, but I'm gonna say Ravens win. It won't be like when they played on Christmas, but I think they'll win. I think they'll win by a touchdown. Are we doing scores? You
No,
want
we
to do
don't need to do
scores for this?
scores.
Okay,
Nah,
yeah,
not for
I'm
this.
gonna say Ravens just kind of barely pull it out, basically.
All right, so Ravens as your Super Bowl champs going against the 49ers.
Yep.
What are your how on a percentage, right? 1 to 100%, what is your faith in Lamar Jackson in the playoffs? Because we've seen him over the years, right, have some tremendous crumbles. Remember against the Tennessee Titans?
His
What was
rookie
that?
year, yeah, his
3 years
MVP or
ago? Yeah, something like
yeah,
that.
rookie year,
When
I
he had
think.
50
That
touchdowns
was the
that year,
MVP
won
year.
unanimous MVP, and
Yeah,
then they
yeah.
just get heartbroken
Mhm.
by the Tennessee Titans. So what's your
Yep.
faith on Lamar Jackson this time around in this playoffs?
I think Lamar is going to do much better. Obviously, I think with more experience, he's going to get more comfortable. I think I'm going to say uh, my percent. I would honestly say like 80, 85%
Mm-hmm.
because it's not like it's all on him this time. The I can't even remember his name. The running back that as of the last like half of the year, or not even the last like 5 weeks or so. I can't even remember his name, but
Uh,
him going off
for
his
Baltimore,
receivers, yeah,
Gus
something
Edwards.
Mitchell. No, no, no.
Oh,
It's
Keaton
a
Mitchell.
running back, Keaton Mitchell. Yeah, yeah.
He's out for the year though.
Oh well, I mean, either way, I honestly do think the Ravens are stacked with weapons. It's not like it all relies on him. And
Yeah.
then not to mention the defense. The defense has been
Oh, man,
crazy.
yeah. They're
So
scary.
I don't think it's Lamar's going into the game not having to be Superman basically, and I think it takes a lot of pressure off of him. So if he's having a bad game, the defense can step up, you know. But I
Mhm.
think Lamar, honestly, I think he'll play really good, or he'll be able to basically manage the game if he has to. If he's having a bad game, he'll be able to manage it to where he can use his feet and he'll be able to get through. And honestly, I think he'll be able to get through almost every team, whether it's AFC or NFC. He'll
All
be able to
right.
find a way. Uh,
Yeah.
so yeah. What about you?
I'm with you. I feel like, he does have more weapons this time around, right? Because Zay Flowers was a great pick. I mean, that is exactly, they needed someone like that.
Hmm.
For my Super Bowl prediction, it's funny because it is, oh man, like they just seem like the two best teams, right? I mean, when you look at the playoffs, I do think, as much as I hate to say it, I think Buffalo is sneaky in the AFC with how much on a roll they've been. Um, my Miami Dolphins, I would love to pick them, but watching them play winning teams, I
Yeah,
think if we run
different story.
into Buffalo or Baltimore, that's it. I mean, we lost to Buffalo twice this year. Why would I think we would win it if we meet a third time? Baltimore
Hmm.
absolutely destroyed us. It wasn't even close. Um, so I can't go with my Dolphins. I just can't. Fins up
Yeah.
though. Fins up. But Buffalo is kind of scary, but yeah, I got Baltimore out of the AFC. I just don't think any team really competes with them. Cleveland could be a scary matchup for them just because of a division opponent. And with how Cleveland can play, that could be difficult. But I think, like you said, I have more faith in Lamar this year than any other year with seeing how they've been playing. The NFC, your Dallas Cowboys, they're scary. I think going on the road to San Francisco is going to be the reason that San Francisco is going to. I just, like you said, they've been like a curse for you guys the last 3 years, just running into
Yeah.
them
I mean, I
every
would say
year.
even if Dallas was playing at home, that would be
You would have
I
a way better
still
chance in my eyes, though.
a way
You
better
know?
chance, but I still just with the way that it's been
Yeah.
going, I still wouldn't have faith in them.
Yes.
But
So I'm with you.
or
I'm
I'd have
going
faith.
Baltimore. I'm going Baltimore and 49ers also. And I got San Francisco winning the Super Bowl. Um, I think San Francisco will pull it off. I know you're right. Baltimore's defense is terrifying. I just think
Mhm.
San Francisco would somehow pull it out, whether it's McCaffrey having a great game, whether it's Brock Purdy having a great game, Debo. They have so many weapons on offense. I think they have more weapons than Baltimore on offense, on the offensive side of the football. Now, not at
Mhm.
quarterback, obviously, because Lamar is, way better than Brock Purdy. Then defense wise, Baltimore's defense is the best in the league. But I feel like San Francisco defense is no joke too. I feel like the game that they did have, I think it just got out of control because of Brock Purdy having 5 interceptions, whatever it was, right? I
Mhm.
mean, they were in the game when the ref tripped Lamar in the end zone. They were in the game throughout
Yeah, I
throughout
mean,
that game.
personally, I think if Brock doesn't throw that opening drive pick in the end zone, the game is a whole. Which
It's a whole different
that's the
environment,
opening
right?
drive. I think the game is a whole different game.
Yes. And I think,
But
their coach will show, Kyle Shanahan will show Brock Purdy film and they will study that game when they play each other to go over exactly what they need to do different and try to figure something out. Kyle Shanahan's a great coach. So, yeah, I'm going to go with San Francisco, and I think they would win it by a field goal. I think it'd come down to the wire again also.
that would be a wild, wild Super Bowl.
I
Coming down
think
to the
it will
wire
be a
like that,
great
that'd be
Super Bowl.
great.
I think we're going to have a
Yeah.
great Super Bowl this year. I really do. I
Yes.
think it's going to be a lot of fun
Mhm.
to watch. All right, we're going to do one more thing, Tyler. We want to talk
Well,
about
hold
a.
on.
Oh,
Actually, real quick. So I forgot Dalvin Cook signed with the Ravens, and I
oh,
know he
that's
just signed to the
right. That Dalvin
practice
Cook.
squad.
Oh man.
But you gotta have hope that he could. I know it didn't work out in New York, but I mean, you gotta have
Yeah.
hope that he would be able to do something. I mean,
Yeah.
with the injuries that Baltimore has had in the running back room, it's just
Yeah.
he's gonna get a chance, I think, and I think when he
Mhm.
does, he'll have fresh legs. So I think he'll actually provide a spark,
Yeah.
basically.
And they have a bye week. They have plenty of time to incorporate him in the offense,
Yeah,
right?
yeah.
They got plenty of time right now. All right. The last thing we're going to do is a dark horse team. So, who is a team? We're going to choose one from the AFC or NFC, your call. We won't choose one from each conference. Who do you think is a dark horse team to make the Super Bowl? Not win it, but just get there. Who, if they make it, people are like shocked.
So I would say I think there's a few like I think realistically, obviously the Rams have a chance with the way that
Yeah.
they've been playing, plus the experience that they have already had with the Super Bowl. I think the Browns are a great one because of the defense, and then Flacco already having a Super Bowl. I'm gonna say, even though I picked them, uh, actually, I'm gonna say the Rams. I think the Rams are gonna be the dark horse. I think the Rams have a great chance against the Lions, which would put them against the Niners, which notoriously the Niners are much, much, much. They own the Rams. However, the Super Bowl that the Rams did win, they had to go through San Fran, and that was during Jimmy Garoppolo. I know, but um, I
Division
think
opponents are always scary, right? In the
it's a division
playoffs,
opponent
especially.
and it's the playoffs. It's different. It just takes one game. So I would say that the Rams are. I mean, I think they're a very low
Yeah.
percentage chance to make it, but I would say if anybody does, it would be between the Browns and the Rams, and I think the Rams with um, that offense, the coaching, the experience, I think it just puts them ahead.
I think that's a great pick. Honestly, the
That would
LA
be
Rams are
wild as
just
a
a
seventh
team
seed
that are
too.
scary. But for a dark horse team, I feel like that's a team that definitely has a chance.
Yeah.
Small chance, but they do have a chance, right? And they do have a
Mhm.
lot of weapons. So, my dark horse team, you kind of said it. I am going with the Cleveland Browns. I had
Yeah.
them beating Houston. I do think there's a chance if Joe Flacco can go back to playoff Joe Flacco, and we see who he's been when he was on Baltimore. And imagine if he goes to Baltimore and beats Baltimore and knocks them out after all of this. What a
I do
story
hope
that
that
would
he ends
be.
up playing
What a
Baltimore.
story.
That would be great to watch.
That would be the best matchup to watch because that defense is serious. Lamar could struggle with that defense. That's a defense I don't think Lamar wants to go against. I think that's the
And
one team, honestly, he is probably out of the AFC, probably most terrified to face, honestly, would be Cleveland.
yeah.
I think their defense is just ridiculous, division opponent. And Baltimore struggled with Cleveland. They have.
Hmm.
So I'm going to go with the Cleveland Browns as my dark horse team to just make the Super Bowl. Joe Flacco would definitely need to be back to Baltimore Raven playoff Joe Flacco, and he can't be yawning in the
Yeah, and then
playoffs.
yeah, and then with Flacco too, the year that he won the Super Bowl, it was a bet on himself year. It was a year where he was looking. I think he was. I don't know if he was franchise tagged or if it was. He was looking at getting another contract, but I think for sure with the motivation now of him coming right off the couch, he is in another prove it year basically, and he wants to show that even though he's 100 years old, he can still, he can still lead a team, which he's
Yeah.
done. But if he takes care of the ball, he doesn't need to be like prime playoff Flacco. If he can just take care of the ball with that defense and those, the the team that he has around him. I mean, imagine if they had Nick Chubb. I think
I was just going to say that
instantly,
too.
there's just, if Amari Cooper keeps popping off like he's been to, I think Flacco was the best thing to happen to Amari Cooper. It sucks that he's not in Dallas anymore, but it wasn't working out with Deshaun Watson. And ever since Flacco's gotten there, Amari Cooper has been just kind of going insane.
Yeah.
So I think, yeah, they 100% do have a chance.
All right. Well, that's going to be it for today. We will have another episode soon where we're going to talk about probably what happened on this wild card weekend, right, Tyler? And talk about those games and make the next predictions and see where it goes. All right. Thank you, everyone.